Lovelies. It is like maybe 4:30 a.m. here in Tanzania, and I got up pretty early to do some work. I have some things that I'm launching that I'm putting together that I think you would really like. It doesn't matter what time of the day I go to bed or wake up, JoJo is up with me. So she's over there moaning and groaning. So if you hear her moaning and any kind of noise, it's just her um, trying to be seen and heard. Come on, you weren't moaning and groaning before I started the video. You can go back into your bed. Anywho, I've been trying to do this video since yesterday, but with all the weekend's happenings and with JoJo, home from school yesterday because she wasn't feeling well, I wasn't able to do the video. So I got up early to do the video because if I don't do it now, it's not going to get done. Just how the cycle of my day is going, that I have to be very cognizant of my time. Um, so anyway, this video really is about like why I chose Tanzania, right? And there are multiple reasons that went behind it. The other day at dinner, someone asked me like, well, why did you decide that Tanzania was it? Like, what did when you said, well, Tanzania was it? And for me, it was when I made the decision to leave, and I did my, calculations, and I did my estimates of what it would cost to move, one, and where could I go. Now, the kind of person that I am, I'm into anything technology, right? And I'm in marketing, business development, web development, and video editing. I needed to be in a place that had enough, that was modern enough that I could participate in. And I knew that, taking those skills to the Gambia or to Ghana or to Nigeria all had different challenges. So it's not to say that the Gambia is not developed enough for me, or Nigeria wasn't developed enough, or Ghana wasn't developed enough. But each of them had their own challenges based on the skill set that I need, and I understand what I needed to do as far as networking and communicating with other people, right? And so, you know, Tanzania was the only place open when I needed to leave, right? And there are people who they're, on YouTube every day promoting the Gambia. And, when I said, like, hey, look, I have repatriated, I have left the United States with my child, and we're now in Tanzania. They ghosted me. They never communicated with me. And I feel like, how dare you? You're basically telling me that it was okay for me to stay in whatever crap and garbage and evil that was happening in America, until the Gambia opened up and I could now go to the Gambia, right? So you have to be careful about the people you follow and who you're taking your messages from and where their spirit lies. For me, you can go anywhere you feel is the best for you. You don't have to come to Tanzania. You don't have to, not because I'm here making videos and talking about Tanzania means that Tanzania is the ideal place for everyone. This is not funny. Hi. They said they saw you. Now get back over there. Not because I'm here and I've managed to find myself some kind of comfort and niche where I am means it's the place for you, right? And I see these people who have these very Eurocentric mentality and ideas of, oh, if you like they want to they're like bringing this division to Africa, like Team Ghana, Team Gambia, Team this, Team that, Team Tanzania. I'm on Team Africa, okay? I need to build as many bridges and communications across these 54 countries as possible. I am not here to, tell you that my country, the country that I chose to repatriate to, is the best and the only country that you need to be coming to in all the land of Africa. No, Mother Africa is here for all her children, and based on the skills and the that you have developed, that you're bringing back, that you're going to repatriate with, those skills and those values need a place to grow and develop. Okay, and back to this question to the person, why, when did I settle on on Tanzania? When I bought the ticket, I said, okay, Johanna is 4 years old. She can learn Kiswahili. She's at the age now where she can get to learn the food. She can meet friends. She's going to make connections that will last her whole entire life. Um, I am adaptable, okay? I adapt in China. I adapt in New York. I adapt in Jordan. I adapt in Dubai. I adapt in anywhere that you put me, I will adapt, okay? I'm like a weed that you've ever seen those creeping weeds that you just catch them and they grow anywhere? That's me. So the minute I said I'm purchasing the ticket, I'm not going to uproot Johanna. It's one thing to uproot her from the United States and take her all the way across the universe and bring her to East Africa, and then to uproot her again and bring her all the way to West Africa, even though my ancestry is Ashanti of Ghana, right? Of Kumasi, Ghana. I know that, but it will be there, right? I'm still on the continent, and that's all that matters. And from afar, Tanzania looks like, um, it doesn't look like much, but when you get here and you begin to look at things the way I look at things, for me, I'm reading The Economist. I read the Financial Times. I read anything that can give me a forecast of what I'm looking at. Those are the kinds of publications that I've been reading over the years. So this is not to say that they're the truth. We know that they're not the truth, but it's the kind of information that my mind is groomed to looking at, and because of that, I look at things a certain kind of way. For me, when you look at a country's GDP and their growth and their projected growth within the next 5, 10, 20 years, you can have an idea of where that country is going. And so, number one, um, what I found was Tanzania has stable politics. They have no consistent upheaval of governments. Muslims and Christians have been living in harmony for centuries. It's unlike other places where the Muslim influence is there, but it is so, there's just so much going on. Our neighbors to the north, Kenya is one example. Nigeria is another example. There are many examples on the continent, but I needed stability, and I found that here. And I'm a harmonious person. I have in the United States, I have friends who are Muslims and friends who are Jews and friends who are Christians and friends who are they're into their African traditions, and I have to be fluid, right? So I'm not in any place to judge anybody for what their relationship with their God, right? I'll give it. I don't really care, that who you worship. I just care that you're a good person, and if you find a religion that helps you to be a better person, more power to you. Namaste, all of that good stuff. Just be a good person. That's all I need from people, is just be a good person. And so the next thing is the natural resources of Tanzania. So after spending many years in the tourism sector, in business development in the tourism sector, you get an understanding, you get a general picture of the lay of the land of who has what. Tanzania has, a lot of wildlife. They have the safaris, they have these lodges all over the place. For someone like me who has transitioned into, web development and technology, for someone like me, if this doesn't work over here, if I'm making commercials selling sauce and that doesn't work, I can go and shoot some wildlife, right? If that doesn't work over there, I can go and go, shoot the hotel. I could go into the hotel industry. I needed that diversity. So for me, having all of these different channels in the economy means that I have all of these different places that I can navigate through should in case this industry takes a particular hit because of whatever reason. And I don't know if you know, but when you have anything, if you're in the travel industry, this is why I got out. When you're involved in anything that is depends on people to travel, you get hit first if there is, like, some kind of global apocalypse like COVID-19, if there is some kind of outbreak or some kind of, earthquake, any damn thing that you can think of, a terrorist attack. I was tired of that in that industry. I was sick and tired of the global recession eating my life. I was sick and tired of 9/11 ate my life. I was just so done with that industry and all of the, being so sensitive to all of the contractions and expansions in the global economy, that I decided that I needed to go and learn something new, which is web development. And from there, I transitioned to editing and into documentary filmmaking, right? So that was number two. So the natural resources. I'm sorry, the notes are written like this. The natural resources, the wildlife, the coast, and the agriculture. These people actually make their own wine. How many of us in America know that there is African wine, like aside from South African wine, that you can get great wine from Dodoma? I didn't know that until I got here, right? And I didn't know that there was so much um, opportunities for agriculture here, right? And being a Jamaican and being of Rastafarian philosophies and my different viewpoints on, being Afrocentric, agriculture to me is everything. My grandparents, my grandparents made a living through agriculture. Silence. My father was able to provide for us through agriculture, right? When Jamaica was an agriculture economy, my grandfather was a sugarcane farmer. So, and through the growth and wealth from sugarcane, he was able to sustain and maintain, right? And that's my paternal. And my maternal grandfather, he raised livestock, and he also was very, very active in agriculture. And I'm going to stop here and tell you something about agriculture. A lot of people don't realize that the roots of slavery is agriculture. White men did not kidnap black men and take them to Europe to go farm. They didn't kidnap black people and take them to Europe to go and plant cotton, corn, sugarcane, bananas, any of those plantation crops. Those plantation crops, they kidnapped us and brought us to places that had more sunshine than they did. They were trying to replicate Africa in the United States and the Americas. That's all that was about. It was about agriculture. Okay, it was about having the resources that they could dominate and control for generations and generations, and who was to stop them, right? So you have to understand that if some of y'all can only do it or see it if white men do it. So if y'all like that and if you think like that, white men started with enslaving black people for agriculture because there is more sunshine, better fertile ground, And we, the African people, knew how to plant. We know how to deal with the soil. We know when to sow a seed, when to reap a seed, and how to love and teach that and I'm sorry, not love and teach, but love and groom that plant, right? To yield. Those are the things that they took us for. Okay, when they took us and they went into their monoculture with their cotton farming, and they had people picking cotton with both hands and all different kinds of stuff. All of those things come from agriculture. You walk into New York City. New York City was founded from the ground up in its wealth and prosperity from slavery, not just in the trade, buying and selling of slaves, but through the agriculture and the cotton that came out of the slavery. Cotton is agriculture. It's learning how to plant and using the industry to create other businesses like textiles and cottons and sheets and all of these things, right? And sugar, the sugar cane grew from the ground that gives you the cane, and the cane is where you get the sugar from, and the rum and the molasses and everything else. So agriculture is an essential and important part of of your it has to be a part of your repatriation. Okay, you have to invest in some kind of farm, whether it's a little tiny couple acres or whatever it is, that you have to invest in agriculture if you're looking to come back to Africa, right? You have to open your mind to the necessity of agriculture, because you're not going to be able to feed and sustain your family just by spending all your money like that. Even if you only supply yourself with tomatoes or onions, um, or lemongrass, or whatever it is, you need to get involved in something that is going to be sustainable for yourself and your family. If you cannot feed yourself, you are halfway dead. And Tanzanians can feed themselves. They don't have to, they don't need nobody. When I go into the supermarket, I ask, well, is this a Tanzanian product? I turn it around and I read, made in Tanzania. It's something I do in Jamaica. Was it made in Jamaica? If it was not made in Jamaica, when I'm in Jamaica, I will not buy it. When I come to America and I'm looking for made in Jamaican products, I could starve to death, because there are very few made in Jamaica products. Now, back to Tanzania. Excuse me. Tanzanians eat they don't eat tin food. They don't eat food out of a can. They don't even know what that is, because it's imported food, right? So if people do not eat imported food, what can you sell them? Nothing. What kind of embargo can you give on them? Nothing. Okay, so the other thing is that they have their own oil reserves. They discovered 57 trillion cubic feet of natural gas reserves. They're working on extracting that and refining that. They have other different kinds of relationships from which they get their natural gas. So you know they are standing on their own 2 feet, right? They don't have to succumb to bend or bow to the IMF. They don't have to extrapolate their people into debt for the rest of their natural lives for 3 generations to come. I'm talking about you, Jamaica. I'm talking about the rest of the African countries that have been taking money and have taken money from the COVID-19 pandemic, right? So that they can survive. You're going to be in so much debt that you will never be able to get out of that. And any country that has shut down for months at a time is going to take them years to get out of that kind of debt. The people not being able to sustain themselves. And that's one of the things that I told the people that came and asked me, well, how did you choose that? Because it will take them forever to get out of that kind of debt. Okay. All right. The next thing, stable investment opportunities, right? So they have the natural resources, they have the cement, they have real estate, building materials, logistics, and warehousing and banking. Okay, there's this there you don't have to be a Tanzanian to invest in the Tanzanian stock market. You can be an international investor and invest in the Tanzanian stock market, and I'll do something on that as well. Okay, as an investor, you have a variety of things to invest in a variety of sectors. I was looking for that when I came here. Instead of taking all of my little money and putting it on Robinhood or whatever, because I invest in minerals. I invest in copper, and I invest in anything that I can attach to an industry of growth that I can see an industry is coming up behind this. I will invest in that. And for me, coming to a place where I can see construction happening everywhere, cement is one of those things that is investment ready to me. Okay. Um, let's see. Transportation here is fantastic. So you have the Dala Dala bus, which is like the little jitney buses with, it's privately owned. You got people, they're just doing all kinds of stuff to get from one place to the next. They don't care. You're getting around. Then you have the Bajajis, which I have yet to take a Bajaji ride. I think I should do that on film. But a Bajaji, right, is the little tuk-tuks, right? There are three-wheel like covered scooters that they can transport people from anywhere to anywhere, and they've come in handy. The other day, some people were stuck at my house, and it was a Bajaji that rescued them at 2 a.m. in the morning. You've got the ferry. You've got government buses that connect cities to cities, and government buses that get people in and out and around Dar es Salaam. So that is fantastic to me. And then you have the taxis, and the taxis are definitely affordable, and you can, Jesus help us, and you can get from one place to the next quickly. Ports for me, I need a good stable airport that's like right there, and I don't mind taking connecting flight, but I'm not taking no three flights to get to one destination. So there are places that I had to X off my list. That I was like, how do you get over there when when geographically speaking, you can see it's like right there. Anyway, for me, the ports. What are you doing? Go back over there. For me, the ports, the airports, and the shipping ports are extremely important. If I was going into trading and export, I would need to have good, steady, stable port. Um, you know, Let me just explain something to you. I'm talking off of experience. I'm not talking off of, oh, I think this is a good idea or I thought of this. I'm talking off of experience. But because when you have a place like Jamaica that has, one of the largest ports in the New World, um, and trying to ship something there is a logistical nightmare. Trying to get stuff out is a logistical nightmare. For me, if I'm going to be selling goods or trading or exporting or importing, I need to have a good, stable, and reliable port that I can be sending things in and out of. And Dar es Salaam has three ocean ports that I can take advantage of. Okay, and this brings me to my next point, that Dar es Salaam, Tanzania rather, is bordered by 8 countries. Okay, and one, two, three, four, five, 6 of those countries are landlocked, which means that that Tanzania controls the ports of Uganda, Burundi, Rwanda, Zambia, Malawi, and the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Okay? Did I say Malawi? Malawi. So if you're trying to ship goods in and out of Malawi or Burundi, where are you going to go? You go to your next port neighbor, which is Tanzania, right? And I don't know what other relationships they have with any other countries around the East Africa basin. But what I do know is that these landlocked countries, six of them depend on the ports of Tanzania, to conduct their trade, which means it is in their best interest to remain stable and at peace with these countries. That's one. And two, for these countries to remain at peace with them. That's three. And three is the economic development and growth from these countries trading and investing in and out of Tanzania, to send their goods down to the ports to be shipped in and out, means that Tanzania is receiving some kind of taxation, or taxation or investment from these activities, right? So, and that's good news for me too, because guess what? If I wanted to invest in, shea butter out of Malawi, I can get it. They got good borders. They got great connections. If I wanted to do some business in the DRC, I can get it. If there was a great product or something that I wanted to do or get from Uganda or Burundi or Rwanda or the Zambia, I can get it. Okay? The next neighbor to the south, Mozambique, they're stable. Well, then, but they're doing themselves well. And Kenya, she's a powerhouse, right? Last year, if you know me well enough, last year I was looking at moving to Mombasa, Kenya. I found a house in Mombasa, Kenya. And I chose Mombasa to be close to come in and out of Tanzania, because Tanzania has all the resources. But Kenya had, what I thought I was looking for. And all the signs pointed to Tanzania. And I was like, no, it seems like I'll get sucked into the travel industry again. No, I even met this lady. I was having lunch in a restaurant minding my own business, and I met this lady and I heard her accent. I'm like, wow, your voice is beautiful. Where are you from? She said, Tanzania. And I was like, okay. And so Tanzania has been talking to me for over a year, and I was in my own other world. I was like, i'm I'm not going to Tanzania to go get involved in no goddamn travel industry. I worked too hard to get the hell away from the travel industry to come all to Africa to be back here. But that was not the case, right? And some things happened to me over that year that I was broken because I didn't take the message. So not because you see me now, right, means that I listened to everything. I heard that and I didn't listen to it. I heard it in last year. I heard that when I was actively planning my escape from the United States. And I didn't take the message, right? And, and so everything in my life went sideways, right? And I paid for it with a lot of loss and a lot of stress and a lot of, um, just a lot of negative things happened to me because I didn't receive the message to go to Tanzania. Okay, so let me wrap this up. Last but not least are the Tanzanian people. Woo. Hmm. The Tanzanian people are very friendly, as you will find where, all over Africa. But, there's just there it's their way. Maybe it's the go and have a seat. Go back and have a seat. Let me finish, please. Maybe it's just their way of doing things. Even if they don't understand a damn what you're trying to say, they're not they're not, aggressive people, and they're willing to do anything, and you can see how people can take advantage of them easily. And some people have developed these ideas or this, anxiety that, oh, someone is going to take advantage of me, so I'm going to take advantage of them first, right? That's there, right? That's here. And and something negative, I posted a couple of videos back about this agent who, she was just treating me all kinds of way because she thought I wasn't going to pay her. And when I did pay her, she was like milking me for more money. But she is not the example of what Tanzania is about. Let me wrap this up really quickly. So, Tanzanian people are beyond friendly, and supportive and helpful and kind, and they're able and willing to do what it takes to see you get to the next level, because they know helping you up is going to help them up. And so they help you on what with the things that you need on the ground. Jackson is an example of that. He's my driver. I pay him, but he is a driver and a translator and a negotiator. And, and whatever he sees me struggling with, he will jump in, right? And he will break with his friends, with his family, if they're staring me wrong and looking to do wrong things and looking to jip me and jack me up. He'll be the first one to say, let's go to someone else, right? Because he wants to see me and my goals and my dreams progress, because he realizes the big picture, that I'm here to progress for Tanzania. I'm here to progress for the people, for his people, for my people. And so he is one example. And, I have like three other, four, five, I have 10. I have so many connections of people who will jump in and help and support, and everyone around you who know me, who I've sent a driver for you, I've sent, I put you in contact with this one or that one. Those are the people that I found to keep in my circle. And, that's why, like, the travel agent, she upset me because, like, I could have done so much for you. I could have turned her on to, and when people call and say, I'm coming, I'll be like, here, go do your business. you know so in any event, like attracts like, and I've been able to attract those like me. So that's the end of this video. I have to jump on this computer here, um to go and do some stuff. I got the whole night ahead. Well, about 2 hours before I got to get up and take Jojo, get Jojo to her bus. But thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate your time. You don't have to choose Tanzania, but wherever you choose, make sure it's for you. It's what you need, right? For you and your skills, and what you're coming to. And Jojo said to watch this over and over and over and over and over again. Okay, out of the mouth of babes. That's what Jojo said. All right, y'all. Love you. Thank you. Bye bye.